Alright everyone, so this is Gene for a new episode of Oranda Power, and for this video I want to kind of talk about fish keeping in general. Is there a good way to keep your fish? And the answer is no. So for this video I kind of want to talk about my way of keeping fish, but in no mean will I say that my way is the good or a bad way. It's just my way and I having success with it. So yeah. But when I say there isn't good way of keeping fish, is that for example a really bad, well, not a bad example but a sad example is what happened to Solid Gold Aquatic recently. So I really suggest everyone that have a goldfish to check out that channel. It is amazing. It's really a beautiful channel. Jennifer, which is the YouTuber that does that channel, she love and know quite a lot about goldfish. I mean, I'm keeping goldfish, right? So Ghost and RP. Let me just kind of sit that way so you can kind of see the aquarium a bit more, even if it's destroying my back. But yeah, basically I'm keeping goldfish, right? But I'm not a serious goldfish keeper, and I'm not going by the book. I'm just trying to be a myth buster. But if you want to truly know how to properly keep goldfish, go to Jennifer channel, because she just knows so much. She's super resourceful. Her videos are like 10 times better than mine. She had beautiful goldfish, but sadly what happened is that like other goldfish got a sickness. I think it's called dropsy or something, and yeah, she just published a video like 2 days ago, something like that, and sadly all the goldfish are dead. And yeah, it's just really sad to see that, because basically I'm having a lot of luck with my goldfish. I mean, I'm having a lot of success with my goldfish, but by no means do I think that my way of keeping goldfish is as great as hers. I mean, the amount of space and the amount of filtration, and the amount of just general care she put into her goldfish is just incredible, especially compared to mine. I'm just like not keeping the fish for more than a hobby. It's just, oh, okay, well, this is my box of glass, sorry. I'm experiencing with it. If it work, it work. If not, it, you know, whatever. But she really have quite a lot of knowledge. I mean, you know for sure when you just start looking at her channel that she knows a lot of stuff and that she really care about her goldfish. And she literally, when she saw that her goldfish were like kind of getting sick one after the other, she literally just created a huge tub to put all the goldfish in there and just to try to kind of rescue them all. And she literally like threw up all the old sponge filters to get new ones to try to cure the disease. The amount of money and energy that she spent is just incredible. If my goldfish were like getting sick or something, I would obviously try some medication, but if I saw it wasn't like doing a lot, I would kind of quit the fight. I actually almost quit the fight with those two when they got ick a few years ago, but I just looked into the goldfish eye, Ghost and RP, and I saw something beautiful, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to fight and try to save them instead of just letting them die and getting new fish. That was my philosophy before. It just disgusts me at this point how stupid I was. But yeah, basically the amount of effort I'm putting in my aquarium is nowhere nowhere near the amount she's putting, and same goes for her videos. But yeah, what I want to say is that when she saw that the problem was continuing, she even sacrificed like 4 of her goldfish and just like send them to a laboratory so those scientists could actually try to discover what was the problem. I mean, I would never ever just think of sending my goldfish to like a laboratory to see what's the problem. I mean, I wouldn't put that much effort into trying to save my fish, but she spent so much time and effort, and sadly all her goldfish died. So to see that an expert, and I'm calling it an expert, but to see that someone who cares and knows so much about goldfish. I mean, she has so many books and everything about goldfish. She knows her stuff, all right? But to see that even people like that, even people like Dustin, even people like Joey, the King of DIY, even people like big channel with full of knowledge, even to see that even those type of person sometimes just have massive loss of fish, and everything just brings the fact that in the reality there is no expert. We might try to create rules to fish keeping. You know, everyone knows the rule of the 1 inch of fish per gallon of water, but in reality we're all humans, and humans, we don't know what the hell we're doing most of the time. If that wasn't true, there wouldn't be war, there wouldn't be world hunger and everything. So to try to like control an aquarium and say, alright, I know how to keep fish, you don't, so listen to me, is just really dumb to me. Because in fact, we aren't Mother Nature, so we cannot know for sure what will work for our fish. So the only way to be keeping fish successfully is observation. And that's basically what I did with my goldfish. A lot of people say, no, go fish with other fish, you're just running into big problems. And yeah, well, you know, I think I have some really great success with my fish. Despite the general opinion of certain person that just goes by the book, I just realized, you know what, instead of always listening to someone else that doesn't necessarily know more or less how to keep fish, instead of just always worrying and to always listen to random people, I'm just going to build up my own experience and see what's work for me. And that's kind of the best, not necessarily, well, let me kind of reform that. There is no good or wrong way of keeping your fish. You just have to see what's the most success. And to do so, there is a few things that you can try to do, and those things will help to keep fish for a long time. But in the reality, no one's know how to keep fish. We underestimate or overestimate our fish most of the time. But basically, alright, my first advice is filtration. Always have a lot of filtration. Filtration is a key. And real plants are as good as a canister filter or a hanging back filter or a sponge filter. Heavy water, well, you know, regular water change and everything is also a good way to keep your fish healthy. But really, you just have to find out what's the best filtration for your aquarium and roll with it. Having the best amount of filtration possible will really help to keep fish successfully, but you know. Um, Another really important thing is to always know the adult size of your fish, how big the fish will get, and to decide the tank size according to that. Don't get a goldfish in a super small aquarium. There are supposed to be huge fish in the wild, so yeah, no, if you keep it in too small of an aquarium, just imagine putting an adult into your little bowl. Imagine putting a 12-inch fish into a fish bowl. Does it make sense? If yes, well, you have like a huge bowl, like a 40-gallon bowl aquarium. But if no, well, basically you know you will run into problems in the long run. For temperature and water parameters, I believe when you're doing research on internet and everything, there is so much mistake and so much things that are just unclear about water pH, about general hardness, about the good temperature and the bad temperature to keep your fish in. A lot of people just argue and just give so much really weird information, and the fact is, maybe in the wild a goldfish isn't supposed to live in some type of water. First of all, the goldfish isn't even found in the nature, but yeah, basically the most important thing is to simply try to keep your parameters stable. Once you have that, and once you see that your fish is doing well in those parameters, don't worry about what people say. If the fish is looking really healthy, if he is acting normally, and if he's not dying after like 3 months, if it's supposed to live long and your fish is already living long enough, and you see that he's doing super well in your aquarium, don't change the water parameters just because random people say, oh, but in their natural biotop. Do you think this is natural? This is a glass box, a box of glass or of acrylic, depending. It's not natural to begin with, and your fish most likely have been raised in a farm with water nowhere near the natural range they have in nature. If you keep, how do you say that, wild caught fish, obviously now you will try to have the water parameters that match their natural habitat, because those fish aren't used to our tap water and everything. But for fish like goldfish or like danios and like your good old tetras and live bearers, things like that, they are, when you see that a fish is called a hardy fish, they can tolerate quite a lot, and most of the time they are born and raised into water that isn't even close to their natural range, and they have done fine. They aren't the first generation. Their parents have adapted, their grandparents have adapted, their whatever parents have adapted to a totally random type of water. So stop overcomplicating yourself. Just try to maintain a stable pH, maintain a good old normal hardness and temperature and everything. And yeah, basically just if you see that a certain type of fish don't do well in your type of water, just try another type of fish. Stop wasting your time and money with a fish that will not do well in your water. So yeah, the key point is to just, instead of trying to adapt everything to the fish is supposed to adapt itself, I believe. I mean, adaptation fish in the wild have to adapt to quite a lot of situation. I mean, for them to have survived so many million and, well, maybe not billion, but million at least of years, they had to go through quite a lot of stuff. So stop underestimating them. Stop being like, oh my God, your temperature is like 2 degrees higher than supposed to. He's going to die in 6 months, and it will be all your fault. I'm not sure why I used that voice, but whatever. Or, oh, the pH. You have a pH of 6.5 when this fish is supposed to have a pH of 6.3. He's going to die. What are you doing? You're a bad fish keeper. Oh my God. Ugh. No, it won't happen. If the fish seems to have quite a good life in your aquarium, and he have normal behaviors, if he's feeding well, if he is displaying awesome colors, if he doesn't seems like lethargic, or just hiding, or just being stressed, if he looks good, why change? Because a random person on the internet have said otherwise. Random person on the internet, the most dangerous person to listen to. I might be the most dangerous person to listen to. Don't trust everything you learn. You have to do some research, really extensive research. And that's how I was able to keep more fish than only goldfish in this aquarium. Because I didn't trust the first person that say, oh my God, keeping goldfish with other fish, this is impossible. Well, I turned out into cool. Yeah, anyway. Basically, when you're doing research, the most important thing is to try to get as much information as possible, but not looking at only one direction. Looking at several directions. Looking at several vlog and just article on the internet, and looking at different YouTubers as well. Just spread out your sphere of information, and then just filter all of it and just kind of do a balance and try to find what's the ideal condition by like reducing the circle and just trying that with your fish. And if you see it's complete bullcrap, well, inform the others. But if you see, oh yeah, it makes sense, well, then try it. And if you have success, share your success and share your mistake as well. Sometimes with fish keepers, the worst thing is they are just so much afraid to look bad that they don't share their mistake. I'm not afraid to share my mistake. When I see that my fish are aggressive, yeah, you can see my big eyes right there. But when I see that my fish are aggressive or not feeling well or anything, instead of just trying to hide it and only show the positivity, I show everything. I show my success as well as my mistake. And this is how I roll, and this is how everyone should roll. There is no one, absolutely no one, that is a pro in this hobby. Because no one is a fish, so no one know how to think like a fish, so no one exactly know what they're doing. We can only observe and see what's do the best with us. Hi, Ghost. Want to give me a kiss? But yeah, we can only see what's the best for our fish by sometimes just experimenting. A lot of people would have said, oh my God, gold barbs with goldfish. Didn't you say they were nippy? Well, not anymore, because reasons. Fish have personality. Every fish have personality. Every fish is awesome and different. If I was only focusing on my own experience, for example with life bearers, I would say life bearers are either assholes or just weak and die easily and even get in the filter. Is it true for all the life bearers? No, because all fish is different. I had goldfish that were actually more aggressive toward ghost and RP than any of the fish in this aquarium were. I mean, ghosts have literally some scars on his fins due to a juvenile goldfish. So yeah, goldfish can be really aggressive. Goldfish, the perfect community aquarium, myth buster. They can be aggressive. And I see some cichlid being super gentle fish. So you know, all fish are different. All our aquarium are different. All our experience are different. So there is no one that is truly an expert, while other people are just bound to do only mistake. We will all have our little success and a little failure, and you know, we will all always lose fish at the end of the day. But the key point is to adapt to our fish, as well as the fish have to kind of adapt themselves to survive into the box of glass. Yeah, there we go. This time I pronounced it right. So yeah, my key to success for this hobby is to just don't be afraid to do mistake. If you're afraid to do mistake, if you think you can start up an aquarium and be like a legend god and have zero problem for the rest of your life, I mean, I want to see that aquarium because I don't believe. I just cannot believe that can happen. Even the greatest amongst us are bound to do mistake. I mean, a solid gold aquatic, it's like a god for the goldfish community, but you know, bad stuff happens sometimes, and yeah, she have lost like 25 goldfish. It's just really sad to see, but it's life, you know. We do not control everything. So the only thing we can do is try our best, not judge others' mistake, because who we are to judge others' mistake? I mean, we all do mistakes. I love beginners in the hobby because they are just so hungry to like get some new knowledge, and they just want to ask so many questions, but sometimes people just see that as stupidity, and it's really sad to see that some people just get super aggressive towards beginners. Well, everyone was a beginner at one point. Everyone did a mistake at one point. There is no one that is perfect. So we should stop just judging each other's and stop being the fish family again. Well, the fish family is always a fish family, but you know, instead of always just trying to be like, oh, I'm the best, I know it all, and you all suck because you don't know and don't do what I do. No. Everyone have different fish. Everyone have, like I said, like 2 times. Anyway, you get the point. So yeah, another thing, my last advice would be to test your water. Don't do like use less water change. I know for sure water change is a good thing, but for example, in my situation, the water I put in the aquarium actually have some nitrate in it. So yeah, it's kind of dumb to just replace water with bad water, you know. So always taste. Yeah, always taste and drink your water. If you're not able to drink your water, that means it's disgusting. No. What I wanted to say is always test your water and see what's going on in your aquarium. If you're able to keep a normal pH, like a stable pH and everything, and really see what's the problem. If your fish look lethargic, is it because the aquarium is too small? Is it because you are lacking of water change? Is it the way you're feeding the fish? Is it because there isn't enough hiding space? Is it the compatibility between fish? Just observe a lot of things. Just constantly observe, and don't be afraid to try new stuff. And if you see the new stuff isn't working out, then just remove it and kind of explain what happened there, so other people at least have some new knowledge. I mean, the whole reason why I'm keeping goldfish with other fish is because well, one of the reasons of the release is to kind of prove that yeah, it could work. It can work. And everyone that says otherwise, I'm just saying like, all right, well, how comes those goldfish are doing super well with other fish? And they will be like, you're lucky, but once they get big enough, no, they have full grown, so they won't get bigger than that. The other fish will get bigger at one point, so they won't be in danger. But yeah, basically know your fish. So yeah, that's the key to success. Just know your fish, do a lot of observation, do a lot of research, but always trust your guts. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you all real soon for new episode and videos. I have a lot of new stuff coming on, just because I love to do videos. You all know me for that. And if you have watched the entire video tape, land moss in the aquarium 333, and I will know, no, just tape bubble gum obviously, and I will know that you have watched the entirety of the video. So thanks for watching, love you all. Share, no, sorry, don't share it, but subscribe, comment, and love this video. Bye. Oh yeah, and if you didn't have liked the video, that's alright too, but yeah, my way is better than yours.